Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you a program on binary operators. In C++ there are two types of arithmetic operators, that is unary operator and binary operators. In unary operator there will be operations like plus and minus where you'll be using only one operand. In binary operators same plus and minus but you're using two operands. Okay, so I'll just go on with the program so that you'll get to know what are binary operators in a clear cut. Okay, now I have created a new file binaryoperators.cpp in VS Code. So I will start with the program. Hash include iOS stream using namespace std int main. Inside the main block, I'll write it as int. I'll initialize certain number of variables so that binary operators will be, in a clear-cut fashion you'll understand it, right? So I'll initialize my few variables like a, b, c, d, e, f, and g. Okay. Now I'll print a statement saying enter two numbers. Okay, I'll need this in a new line, so endl. I'll input two numbers cn, a and b. Okay, now in this step I'll initialize each operations in a variable like this. C is equal to a plus b, that is addition of a plus b is stored in C, right? Similarly, d is equal to a minus b, that is subtraction of a and b will be stored in D. Okay, now e is equal to a into b, where multiplication of a and b is stored in E. Similarly, f is equal to a by b, where division of a and b is stored in f, right? Okay, now let me take another variable. G is equal to a mod b, where even though it's the division here, the remainder is stored in G. Okay, now simple, I'll output all these variables as C, D, E, F and G. Okay, since it's inside an int main, I'll write it as return 0. Okay, now since I have to increase the readability of the code, I'll use commenting, that is slash. I'll write it as addition. Okay, here I'll write it as subtraction. Here I'll write it as multiplication. Here I'll write it as division. Okay, in the brackets I'll write it as quotient. Okay, here I'll again write it as division. Inside the bracket I'll write it as remainder. Okay, now since Since you want to get to know what is C, D, E and F while I'm printing, I'll write it in double quotes. Addition. Okay, I'll write it as addition. Okay, here I'll write it as subtraction. Okay, here I'll write it as what is D, E? E is multiplication. Multiplication. Okay, here I'll write it as quotient. Okay, here I'll write it as quotient. Here I'll write it as remainder. Now, so here it can, while I'm printing this statement, it will be easy for you to recognize what is what. Okay, since I have not given any space, I will give some space so that there will be even this in the space, the readability will be increased while I'm printing the output and everything won't be messed up. Or you can use endl also by giving each of them like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, each of them in a separate cout statement, that is print statement. Now let me save the program, Ctrl S, let me run the program. Okay, here it's asking enter two numbers. Let me enter 4 and 8. See, addition is 12, subtraction is -4, multiplication is 32, quotient is 0 because 4 by 8, that's what it's taking, remainder is 4. Okay, now let me do another run, enter two numbers, that is, let me try a larger number now, that is 50 and simple 10. Okay, addition is 60, subtraction is 40, multiplication is 500, quotient is 5 because it's 50 by 10, 0 0 cancel, it is 5 by 1 which is 5, that is the quotient. Since in this division there is no remainder, the remainder will be 0. Okay, now in unary operator, I told you that we'll be using only one operand for the operation. So let me create another new file with the name of unary operators.cpp, because VS Code should get to know that I'm writing the program in C++. That's why I'm using .cpp as my file name. Let me press enter. The new tab is open. So now let me start typing the program so that you'll understand while I'm typing. Hash include iOS stream using namespace std int main. Okay, and initialize two variables a and b in of type integer data type int a comma b. Okay, now cout and print a statement as enter number, enter a number. Okay, I need this in a new line, so endl. I will input a statement cn as A. Okay, for A I'm taking an input from the user that will be stored in the variable A. Now I'll initialize B is equal to A plus plus. Now this A plus plus will increment the value of A. This is known as post increment. Why? Because it is A plus plus. After storing the value of A, it will be incremented and then stored to B. Okay, so let me show you this. C out, I'll print B. Now, here, since it's inside int main, I'll write it as return. I have to write it as return 0. Now, let us see the output. Let us first save, Ctrl S, run the program. Let me enter a number 12. See, it's giving me 12 as the output. Why? Why is that? Is because I'm incrementing after storing the value of A to B. That is post increment. Now, let me try plus plus A. Okay, this is pre-increment. Let me save it. What will this do? Let me see. So the same number 12, the output is 13. Why? Why? Because for B, I'm storing the value plus plus A. That is, I will first increment the value of A and then store. So, since plus plus has come before A, since plus plus has come before A, it will be first incremented and then the value will be stored in B. This is known as pre-increment. For in this case, that is A plus plus, I'll save it and run it here so that you'll get to know the difference. 12 for post increment, that is after the variable, if I do plus plus, it will first be stored in B and then be incremented. That incremented value will be there in the memory but not in, it will not output to that number. It's giving me 12 itself, but if you do pre-increment, it's 13. Similarly, I can do decrement also. This is pre-decrement. Okay, so let me save this, run. Let me give you the same number. See, for pre-decrement, first it has decremented the value and then stored in B. So, while outputting the B value, it's giving me 11 instead of 12. If I do A minus minus, it will first store it in B and then it will be decremented in the memory. That will not be shown to us. Same number 12. See, it's again giving me output 12. But if I use this value somewhere else again after printing, it will surely be decremented. But while we are printing it for the post decrement or increment, that operation won't be seen here. Okay, so this is the unary operator concept. This is the binary operator concept. So thank you guys. Thank you for your patience listening, and I hope you liked my video, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed my channel. I'll be coming up with more C++ program videos in the future. Thank you everyone. Goodbye. See you soon.